It's not enough time. I've run out of time. Time is slipping away. Really, time is not the enemy, it's what we're making it mean. And this is where leaders get trapped. Today's conversation is about why leaders must have a different relationship to time. So I'm going to start out with one of my favorite quotes, which is, "Time is what keeps everything from happening at once." Ray Cummings. Let's start to relate to time as something different than what we normally relate to it as. It sounds simple, that quote, time is what keeps everything from happening all at once. But actually the truth is, time was made up by humans. Time is a concept. We actually created clocks, we created calendars, and alarms, and all kinds of time devices. All of them are to help us make sense out of our life, help us make sense out of our day. Just think what it must have been like at the beginning of humans on this planet. Very vast terrains, long stretches of land. And it's all about, how do you get order out of this? I'm trying to find food and I am the food. So it's like, how can I figure out how to get some kind of sense of proportion around what's happening to us? And how do we survive it? So, well, how we survived is that we came up with the symbols. We started looking at patterns and recurrences. How long is a day? How many steps does it take for me to get to my cave? Now, I think we relate to time from a very binding, small kind of meaning that keeps us trapped inside of objectives and goals. So let's have a little fun with this so you can see how obsessed we are with time. These are statistics. Every year, the world buys over 1 billion watches. Most of us check the time at least 80 to 100 times a day. Our phones, our calendars ring, and they supply us with all kinds of symbols that are created to help us stay in touch with our day. And this is where leaders get trapped. So to get out of this box, we got to start looking at, what are we making it mean, and how can we more effectively use it as a tool? We have all of these superstitions about time and how to use it, and we're not effectively looking at what it is we're up to. We're bound by this box called time now. When it becomes something to fear and something to shape and something to survive, you're not really inside of a creation anymore. We want to start looking at, how can time be used for what it was initially designed for, as a tool for us to be able to make sense of our day, but not a meaning out of our day. So that kind of thinking narrows us, and we start making bigger intentions and bigger efforts. So we start to shrink our life inside of this box called time. If we were to take the emotion out of this, we were to take all of the meaning out of this, if we were to stop trying to coordinate everything and get everything to fit inside the box called 24 hours, what would we be doing? Well, you start looking at, what can I create? You can choose how you want to use your day versus being used by the constraints of 24 hours. It's not that you're running out of time. It's just 4:25, and therefore there's something I can do right now versus I don't have enough time to do what I need to do today. You can begin at each moment. You can choose each moment to be in action around what matters to you. So our actual work is to choose the world we're building and to get clear about the meaning that we add to it and the meaning that we've even inherited about time. So we're going to go back to the world of measure again. A measure is not a deadline. It's not something you have to do. It's not a target. A measure is the experience that you're actually committed to generating today. It's the atmosphere you want to bring, the space you want to create. It's the future you're out to construct. For example, this year is my year, and I am grounded and I am powerful. That's a measure. Today, my team will experience clarity, even in all the challenges that come up. That's a measure. We can build a culture here where people feel they belong. Those are all measures. They aren't deadlines. They aren't directions. They actually free you from chasing minutes and bring you back to what really matters to you. What am I measuring today? Oh, I'm measuring the level of satisfaction I get out of my day. When you operate from a measure, your time actually expands. All of a sudden, you're getting way more done. Your stress dissolves, clarity starts to occur, and you stop racing the clock and you start shaping your world. Shaping your world. So when leaders are not related to this, what they're really doing is stressing out about deadlines, worrying about can they get it all done within the time they have. We say, look at your day and get clear about what you're measuring. Then your day has a totally different look. Time has a totally different look. It's more about it being a tool, not something that when that clock rings or that bell rings, or when you push your time card into the slot and you get the ding, that's not doomsday. That's just a tool telling you where you're at. And then you get to say what you're going to do with the time you have there. And you get to choose it and design it. But remember, it's from a measure. It's not, I have to be there by this time. That language is what's binding you inside of the box. So the box has you slow down and you're not able to think clearly inside of a measure. So when time stops being your boss, leadership is possible. Time is a symbol, but you are the meaning maker. So rather than making up meaning that disempowers you, how about related to it? Good. This is where I'm at. I'm glad that I have access to something to remind me of what I'm measuring and why I'm here today. You want to shift that relationship to time. The future you've been trying to build finally has space to emerge. Thank you for being here today. Hope you got immense personal value out of the message. And so if you got value out of this, please feel free to subscribe or like or share or comment, which we always love to hear people getting in communication with us. Thank you so much. Peace out.